Welcome to the BAM Sports Show.
I carefully place all of it in various trash cans around.
Any other headlines you guys are interested in tomorrow?
I'll poop in a urinal.
It's going to be a wet one.
He shoots, he scores, you suck.
Rip's wife is going to make him sleep in the bathroom tub tonight.
A dark horse candidate of where I may eventually want to end up living for good.
Welcome to a brand new sports show experience coming through your wavelengths. Let's get ready to have some fun. So sit back, crack open a drink, and let's talk some sports.
A shirtless fucking Danny.
Now it's a
watching
party.
You at the bottom.
I
can see what everybody's doing.
I was like, oh, I got to
Now
get my
it's a
sunglasses.
party.
And I was like, you know
Now
what?
it's a party.
Let's go shirtless to start out with. Why not?
Yeah.
Bring up the energy a
Welcome.
little bit before we go on.
Welcome to the BAM Sports Show. Apparently his gerbil died. Internet's not working.
And neither is your microphone, apparently.
Oh no.
Oh,
There you go. I thought it was my headphones.
Can you hear me?
Yes. And as he said, welcome to the BAM Sports Show.
What up?
That was weird. I don't know what happened there. Anyways, no Blake. His internet died. RIP to his internet. Out in old bumfuck Egypt, St. Louis. Keith, I was not expecting you to be on tonight.
I wasn't expecting to be on. I am in Wisconsin. I am in the great city of Green Bay.
Gross.
Really?
You
Snuff
look like
that.
you were in the
what's
great
there?
Motel of Six.
It's actually a Hyatt.
Oh.
I hear Green Bay's like a really big
because
baseball
he's
town.
loaded. Yeah.
Huge baseball town. Huge.
Fucking money bags over here staying at the Ritz-Carlton.
I'm
I can
actually
tell by the
sitting.
background.
I'm actually sitting at a bar that's in the hotel room.
Oh, nice.
Where they sell
Jesus.
caviar.
See, his hotel room has a bar in it.
It's top floor, man.
He's got a
My wife
bartender
is
and everything.
Fucking FaceTiming me.
You tipping the bartender in there?
There's
Give 'em the
nobody
whole
here.
thing.
It's literally in my hotel room.
Tip.
He sent the bartender in his hotel room home.
I did.
Your service won't be needed.
Please
I'm gonna
leave.
watch. I'm
Please
gonna
leave.
watch my. I'm gonna watch my computer with shirtless men dancing.
Dance for me, Daniel. Dance for me. Give me the dragon. Sports.
Hey, I was just thinking, in terms of sports, since I don't know a lot about hockey and basketball, something I am really excited about is my local baseball team, the Champion City Kings, are playing. And I was going to go to game today, but I had to work late.
That's
So I was wondering, maybe is there any local sports stuff going on in each of your towns that you're excited
yeah. Oh
about?
yeah.
Minus Green Bay.
The horseshoes started.
Yep.
Another Springfield team, yeah.
I was at the home opener. It's an
Nice.
exciting finish. They
Nice.
won in the 10th inning on a walk-off.
Walk off.
Very cool.
Your home run?
No, it was a single to the left with bases loaded,
Nice.
which the Prospect League starts just like the majors with a runner on second.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
I know the Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp. I haven't gone to a game this season yet, which I'm kind of upset about. I'm sure we're gonna go here very soon. But I know that they beat the absolute dog shit out of whoever they played last weekend, like 20-4.
Jesus.
Wow. Now
Yeah.
is that a single A team or triple A?
I believe they're AAA.
Okay.
No, excuse me.
I don't know why I didn't include double A.
They're either double or AAA. I can't recall.
Can you guys hear me okay, by the way?
You're a little echoey, but I can hear you.
I'm trying not to talk super loud.
Oh,
Your word.
man.
Well, I'm in a hotel room, so I don't want to.
Triple A affiliate of the Marlins.
Okay, there you
Okay.
go.
Cool.
Had to look it up. That was gonna bother
Yeah.
me.
20-4.
That's crazy.
Hell yeah.
I'm just looking over their roster right now, and there's a few guys on that AAA squad that could still come up and affect the majors. So I've always liked AAA, is because it's
Just right on the edge.
right there, and you can see guys like going on rehab assignments sometimes.
Yes.
Yeah. I was so pissed last year because while Yadier Molina was on AAA assignment, like literally the game, we ended up buying tickets. It was like a series between the Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp and the Memphis Redbirds. And it was like the game one of that series. And like, I mean, of course, we enjoy going to Jumbo Shrimp games just in general. But we had bought tickets to that game specifically with the intention of seeing Yadier Molina, and he ended up getting called back up like right before that game. So
That stinks.
I was pissed.
What's
I'm
the crowd?
looking- Oh, go ahead.
Oh, what's the crowd size of like the was it the horseshoes and the jumbo shrimp?
Horseshoes.
It's-
I
it's a
doubt we
city
can
first,
get over it.
And it's a prospect league, so
Yeah.
Yeah. That's like ours. I don't know what kind of, if you'd call the Kings a prospect league, but it's. I think the stadium holds like maybe 3,000.
Yeah, I was gonna
Ours-
say ours officially
5,000.
holds like 2,500.
yeah. There was like
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
200 people there on opening night.
The St. Louis Cardinals had a single A affiliate here
They
at
did.
one point.
Ray Langford played for that team.
Hmm
It's pretty cool.
And the same
You know-
ballpark. This ballpark is 100 and
It's old.
it was around when the Cubs won the World Series before 2016.
Yeah. That's really cool.
You know who Jeff Jarrett is from wrestling?
Wrestling.
I
Old
do not.
Double J Jeff Jarrett.
Ooh, I was wrong. 5,200 people, and it was open in 1928.
1928.
Well, Jeff Jarrett's a co-owner of it. Is why I bring it up.
Does the stadium still look vintage, or does it just look like they've just used the same ground?
Oh wow.
It's very vintage.
That's
Pretty
really
nice.
cool.
I like it.
So
They're doing upgrades
It's
to it, though.
it's a good spot to watch a game.
Yeah.
the Jacksonville
awesome.
Jumbo Shrimps ballpark holds just north of 11,000 fans.
Okay. So do they have
So-
like upper deck seating, or is it not quite?
I mean yeah, they do. There's like, I guess there's I wouldn't even call it a full tier, but there is like a second tier level there.
Yeah.
But it's not like, you know, it's just like this one section of the property that's like on a second tier. It's actually a really, really nice ballpark. I will say that for a AAA stadium, it's a beautiful ballpark. It really like it has like a classic, you know, like MLB stadium type of feel to it. And great ballpark food too. But just it's one of those places there's really not a bad seat in the house except for like out, you know, no, like right field, like the
Right.
people that sit over in that weird area over there.
I'm
We
gonna be
don't have
really
outfield
sad if
zone.
I. What'd you say?
We don't have outfield seating.
Oh
I
yeah,
can
no,
see.
it's a train track,
Yeah, it's a train track
just
And,
right behind there.
and a basketball court.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
yeah.
we have the Dayton Dragons, and I thought it was a lot bigger than this because it's got like upper deck, you know, seating, everything. It's
Mhm.
like it's like 8,500. But it looks like a huge freaking stadium for a single A team because we had the like the Aqua Sox, or they still there, the Aqua Sox and the Bells, both single A teams in Washington State, and they look just a little bigger than a high school stadium. What am I hearing?
Somebody had a race car go by him.
That was a
Our hotel is like right next to the main street, so you may hear random cars.
might be
Sorry.
you. Okay. So Dayton's single A team's got like upper deck seating and looks legit. So I haven't been to a game there yet. I'm kind of
Might as
putting all
well.
my eggs in the. I should go. I mean, it's like
Yeah.
15 minutes away, but
Yeah.
I'm kind of like, no, Springfield's
Dude, if I had
I'm going to the.
If I had a
Kings
big
games.
ballpark like that, like 15 minutes away, I'd be there
I
every
just gotta
day.
do it. Yeah.
Like if I lived in Peoria, I'd be at Peoria cheese
Oh, yeah.
all the time.
Yeah. Yep.
And that's why I feel like a piece of shit, like not having gone to, because I mean the jumbo shrimp tickets aren't expensive at all.
Mhm.
They're very
That's-
fair
yeah.
price. It's
Yeah.
probably the like, aside from going to Cardinals games, like probably the most fun I've ever had going to any baseball game.
But
Just because it's so close, it's small, like it's easy to get in and out of. But there's still a hell of a crowd. Like the Jacksonville, they love the jumbo shrimp.
Can't you say that about like all Jacksonville sports though? Because that's the thing we like.
Yeah,
Ryan
that's you know
kind of got us all
on.
on. It's like, really? Tickets are only that much? We can go to pro games. They're all like right next to each other.
Literally. I mean, and people show up. I was very taken aback, you know, at the crowds that show up at these games from, you know, all three of the minor league teams all the way up to the Jags. So
Keith's hotel room and private bar holds almost $15,000, not counting the balcony and private pool. Little do we know is Moneybags just rented out the whole hotel.
Yeah.
Good to hear from you, Shannon.
I can't even defend myself because I'm dealing with my daughter. Stop it.
This, you know, as we're talking about minor league ballparks, I kind of wanted to just see, because there's a lot of gyms out there. And I'm like getting into the top 10. And the first one that's really caught my eye so far is Fort Wayne Parkview Field. It just looks like a really beautiful place to host.
Who's that home to?
That is the High A Fort Wayne Tin Caps, an affiliate of the San Diego Padres.
Let's see. Padres have an awesome stadium too. I love that ballpark.
They do.
We're playing the Padres.
We are.
We are currently beating the Padres.
Oh,
You guys
sweet.
hear the siren go past?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. I'm in the hood.
There we go.
Thank you. Oh wow.
Wow.
Yeah, it just looks like a real beautiful place.
Yeah.
And then you've got Reading, Pennsylvania. Now you're into the top 10. The Dell Diamond. Okay. Now that one, it's a little different.
And you've got Phallic Field in Bellingham, Washington.
Phallic?
Old Dick Field. Now, how far from Columbus are you?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm about 45 minutes.
45-minute trip to go to Huntington Park to see the number 8 most beautiful minor league ballpark.
Oh shit! Put it on.
Yeah.
Wow.
I drove past the minor league ballpark on my way here that looked beautiful
In,
should,
in Wisconsin.
oh, really?
Yeah.
If you get a chance, try and look at. Well, I was gonna say maybe look at this Dayton one, but I don't know, those are looking a little cooler than this.
How far from Pensacola are you, Rick? That's on the other side, isn't it?
Yeah, that's
Blue
quite a bit
Wahoos.
west. Yeah, the blue. I actually went to while I was in school for my job just after I graduated boot camp. We did go to a Pensacola Blue Wahoos game.
Oh, so you've been to this stadium?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man,
It's a very nice
cool.
ballpark.
A Wahoo is actually.
Now, mind you, that was
badass
back in
fish.
like 2013, so they very well could have improved it. But I remember when I was there, it was a lot of fun.
Coca-Cola Park. What was that?
Uh-huh. That's for the Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs.
That's
Iron
a great
Pigs,
name.
That's
Cool
the Iron
name.
Pigs.
Iron Pigs.
Dude,
That's what
ticketreturn.com.
Oh, that's a fucking.
The Chicago Cubs, low A affiliate there.
I wonder if you can come up with like an
Ticketreturn.com. Like
Now, see,
because CenturyLink
this-
was the Clink for a little bit. I wonder
Yeah.
if you could like turn ticket return into a cool like, yeah, welcome back to T Run or something.
yeah.
check out the
like a-
return.
Oh,
This
so I'm
is
broken
it
to
sounds
keep.
like an off brand of Spirit Airlines.
Right?
It's the website you go to just bitch about
yeah.
Ticketmaster.
Yeah. We save with the what's the word? Because we take away the convenience fee and we hold the convenience.
Have you guys ever watched
Convenience, all fee.
you guys ever watched Schitt's Creek?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My wife
Air.
loved it.
Larry Air?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This is
Another
kind of
Chicago
more what our field looks like, except for we don't have this little bit out here. It's just basketball courts.
Mm.
But yeah. Oh, now see
Yeah.
that is
Oh, that's the
beautiful.
Dayton one. That's
Yeah.
the Dayton one. Yeah.
Okay, so this is where the
They're number
Bearcats
2.
play too.
Yeah. This is 15 minutes from my house.
Yeah, that is a beautiful ballpark. That's the
Right?
high A Dayton Dragons.
That's a single A ballpark.
And
That's
then
badass.
Truist
We're number
Field,
2 on there. All right.
Cool.
Charlotte, North Carolina.
Well, boys, I
Very
might
cool.
have to go to. I'll see even Sunday.
A
'Cause I was gonna
Dragons
try and go.
game?
Because I was gonna go to a Kings game today. I'll look at the schedules. Maybe I can go this weekend and I can take pictures and report on.
Yeah,
maybe that
please
should
do.
be like.
We'll have-
maybe that I was gonna say maybe that should be a project for all of us, like within the next week or two, to try and get to a minor league ball game and come back and report on it.
Yeah, for
We can
sure.
bring pictures and
If I
We can do a
ever
whole
had
episode on it.
free time, I would very much want to do that. I was gonna try to go the other night when Keith went, and I didn't get out of work in time.
well, Keith lives in the same town you do, so
Yeah,
maybe you could just take your
We might,
cardboard
we might be
cutout of
going
Ryan.
Sunday.
are you?
Very-
Possibly. It's like
Yeah, I'll
Kids
take
Day.
Sunday.
Oh, okay. If I don't
And
go
there's-
golfing, I think I'd be down.
Well, it starts at 5.
Oh,
Oh,
There's a fireworks show on Sunday afterwards. After the game.
All right, ladies. We've had our fun. We've had some small talk. Let's get into the big stuff.
Okay.
Let's talk some championship hockey, some championship basketball, and some NFL rule
Oh.
changes.
Yeah.
some hockey, eh?
Yeah.
Well, hockey.
Let's talk about what other
series,
switches
Scared Keith away.
the series starts tomorrow, Saturday, and you've got the Vegas Knights, who've only been around for a short amount of time,
Yeah.
and the Florida Panthers continuing their Cinderella run.
Yeah.
Probably, at least that I can think of, craziest Cinderella run in all of hockey.
Yeah,
Like,
it's,
that I can
it's
remember.
been amazing. I mean, you just taking down Boston alone.
Yeah.
Isn't that
But
funny?
just, we talked about it. That sounded terrible, whatever that was.
It's a microwave. I'm sorry. My daughter
It's
is
all
going insane. I'm sorry.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Just go to a
just
hotel
go
room
hang
with a
out with them.
microwave?
Yeah.
She's fine. She's just hungry.
Okay. But no, I mean, I know we talked about it last week and have been talking about it for the past several weeks, but it's just nuts to me, like how the Florida Panthers have only gotten better. Like every one of these series in the playoffs, coming in as like the bottom seeded wild card team, beat the Boston Bruins, who had the best regular season record of all time, and then just
ever.
right,
Yeah.
ever. And the NHL's been around for over 100 years, and they just had the best regular season of all time. And then it's
That's
just gotten
nuts
better.
to me.
They win that game or win that series in 7. They beat the Maple Leafs, I believe, in 5 games, and then swept Carolina, and now here we are.
And Carolina was not a pushover either. They were looking real good.
Yeah, they were favored by a lot of people to win it all.
Yeah.
Are you the Panthers your horse in the race right now with who's left?
I mean, that's who I'm going to root for.
There's only 2 teams left.
Okay. Yeah.
One of you can pick one.
One of 2.
Yeah.
No,
It's a 2-horse race.
I don't know, man. I've always liked the Vegas Knights look, and I think it's neat that they're a new team. So,
But they
I
just
don't know.
won
I'm
it
gonna
like 2
watch.
years ago, though.
But
Yeah.
even them, like
we
are not that far
3 years.
removed.
The 3 years.
Yeah, I was just about to say we are not that far removed from them being the craziest story in all of hockey. Like they're still they're still kind of the new kids on the block, but it's nuts how like they came into the league and were immediately dominant.
Yeah.
Like I think like year 2, weren't they? Didn't they win the cup?
Yeah.
was
I thought it was
second
year
year.
1.
No, I think they made the playoffs
year
their
1
first
or year 2.
and then they won the
So
Stanley
Phil-
Cup their second year.
So, you think NHL has? Sounds like the NHL has the system down for how to expand the league, right? Because so often you get, in like the NFL and I'd say MLB, but it's been a long time since we had an expansion where you just have teams that just suck for so long until they can start, getting it together.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, the Vegas Knights have actually never won the cup. I thought they
Yeah, they only
I thought
went.
they did.
They only went. I
They
was
just
trying
went-
to check, but my Wi-Fi is super slow.
they
So
won
they went-
too.
So they
Huh?
went to the cup though.
They went. No, they've never
Okay.
actually even been to the cup.
What?
That's
What?
That's
Is this
That's
That
not.
is
That can't be
weird.
right.
That's the
That's weird.
craziest Mandela effect
No,
ever.
this is
Right?
Mandela. I swear they went.
Yeah, I do too.
This is
There's no-
Sinbad
Ryan,
Look, they
as
won.
Fix your
champ.
computer.
No, look, I mean,
It says right there, Stanley Cups, 0.
so they've won. No, well, they've been. This is their second
Have the
time
Vegas
going. They
Knights
went.
ever been to the Stanley Cup?
Yes, they have. They won the conference championship in the 2017 to 2018 season.
which is their inaugural season.
Their first
Oh
season.
shit!
That's what
So they're okay. So they're
Dan
Yeah.
was right.
yeah.
That set off a whole new rule. That's why the Kraken didn't come out as hot, is because they saw what happened when they did that for the Vegas Knights, and they changed the entire new
Oh yeah,
team
they
drafting
exposed the
rules.
shit out of that that expansion draft.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But still, the
Well, didn't that
Kraken,
happen-
for second year to go to the, be competitive in the playoffs, not just,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, no, they
squeak
beat
by in there.
shit. They beat the defending champs in the first round.
Yeah, and really had a fucking close series with Dallas.
Yeah, literally came down to the last minute of Game 7.
I'm looking right now at the odds right now on FanDuel. I'm looking them up.
I
and
I
so
can't
this,
look anything up. I'm sorry.
well, I don't think they have sports betting there, do they? In
No, my
Wisconsin?
Wi-Fi just
Oh.
sucks right now.
So game 1, they've got the Knights at -1.5, Panthers at +1.5
So
the spread.
Vegas is a slight favorite.
And
Yeah.
minus is good in gambling.
Yes.
Yeah.
I need to
Which-
learn that. I want to.
yeah.
I'm going to start sports gambling.
I want
miss you,
that's why I
Robert.
got- Robert was the guy for that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yes.
Rob was our
Yeah.
guy.
We need to get him kind of, hey, buddy, come back and teach us how to lose money.
So right now the Panthers are the slightest in the outright betting, +105. So it's a pretty close series. They're not really
Yeah.
giving you a lot there.
But here's the question, right? Does the Cinderella story continue, or do they turn back into a pumpkin?
Dude, they, like you said, they have gotten. I think they are my favorite to win right now because, as you said, they've just gotten better
Right.
as it's gone
Peaking
on.
at the right time.
Dallas took them to the brink, right?
Right. And I
So-
think that Dallas is
Dallas was the
Boston's
favorite after
obviously-
Boston
yeah.
got out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it'll be fun.
I think both Boston and Carolina are better than Dallas.
Yeah, I'd
and-
probably agree.
And Florida dog walked Carolina.
All over them.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't nothing. So it'll be a fun watch. This is always when I actually get into hockey is
Yeah.
the playoffs. Basketball as well.
Yeah.
I think I don't really watch a lot of regular season basketball just because I'm a Bulls fan and it's terrible to watch them. But at the same time the NHL playoffs are going on, we got the NBA playoffs that have already started last
Yeah.
night, and the Nugs beat the Heat in Game 1.
What do we
And
got here in the comment section?
Oh, dude.
Shannon says it still blows
Yeah.
my mind that Vegas and Florida are both in the finals. The only place you'll ever find ice in either place is in a glass.
It's true. I was so confused when I learned that they had Florida hockey teams.
Yeah.
Because I
All
was never
before
really,
Seattle,
yeah, I was never really
San
into
Jose,
hockey that much.
Vegas, Phoenix.
Oh.
What is this bullshit?
Speaking of which, I don't know if we already talked about this or not, but the Arizona Coyotes might be on the move.
Oh yeah, we
Because-
talked about that. I think
Yeah.
a couple of weeks ago, talking about
There was a
Maybe
long talk for a
Kansas
while of
City.
them coming to Seattle. For a while, where do you think they would move to? What's the?
I think Houston would. I think Houston's probably got to be up there because they already have an arena ready to go
Okay.
for them. But then I think the number 2 favorite would probably be Kansas City.
I think Kansas City would
Kansas City's a
support
good idea.
a team.
I think
being that close to
Kansas
St.
City.
Louis.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I think the
Kan-
Kansas City would be a better long-term fit. Like they're a better. I think would like support. Not that Houston wouldn't necessarily support them, but I think they would be better supported in Kansas City than they would in Houston. But I think Houston maybe has a slightly better shot of landing them simply because they already have an arena like ready for them.
So my theory about Kansas City being like one of the best sports towns is it's a large enough town or a large enough metro area, but with like nothing to fucking do there. Like outdoors wise, you're in the middle of cornfields.
Was it you or Keith that was like like from St. Louis or lived in St. Louis a little bit?
I lived in Kansas City a little bit.
Okay, perfect. So, like in Washington State, we got the mountains dividing in the middle.
Yeah.
So Spokane and Seattle, like the Wazoo, UW, they were basically different states that just share a border together.
It was almost having like Idaho over there.
Right. So, say like with people who are from Kansas City, is St. Louis like sports teams and everything? Is that just a big rival, or if you live in Kansas City, is it just like, well, there's a team in St. Louis that's basically my team because it's in the same state, or is it just
nobody in Kansas City likes St. Louis?
Okay, so it would be really easy to get a fan base in Kansas City. They're not just a bunch of I was a St. Louis Blues fan, but
they have a pretty good like minor league team in Independence, which is just one of the suburbs of KC. But like Houston as a sports town, to me it feels like any of the other like Florida sports towns. Like it was so surprising to me when you started talking about how thriving and lively the Jacksonville sports fandom is down there, because I've always had this theory that like there's a beach and hot weather. You know what I mean? Like, do I want to spend money and sit in the hot sun, sweating my absolute tits off, or do I want to go be in water and see butts and bikinis?
Oh, here's that was a huge shock to me for sure.
Yeah, but is it beachy in Jacksonville?
Oh yeah, we've got like Jack's Beach is really cool, even though we got food poisoning from the restaurant that we ate at there last weekend. That was bad. But yeah, no, there's plenty of beaches out here for sure.
Yeah, I know it's on the water. I just didn't know if it was one of those like
Jack's Beach,
like Daytona, and
it's like all rock and
Jack's Beach, Atlantic Beach. There's tons of stuff like that out here.
Do you think there's like a sleeper market that's available? Like that's not the big like Houston, Kansas City. Utah? That would be that. Like
I'm
even
so
Salt
surprised
Lake City.
there's no Salt Lake City hockey team.
See, I was thinking Austin because
I've had enough of sports teams in Texas. I don't need any more fucking Texas
after the
teams.
XFL, half the XFL's in Texas. Well, the reason I bring up Austin is because it's one of the biggest cities in America, but it has like no sports teams, and that's just kind of a weird phenomenon. So I always wondered, like, oh man, I wonder if there's ever be
only become this big like within the last 10 years.
Sure. I mean, Vegas, has grown up in the last 20 years too.
That's true.
I would take my vote away and go Salt Lake City for our hockey team. I think that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, I could see it. I could see it.
I still think it's probably, the money's usually right. And the money right now is on Houston because like Rick said, it's ready made.
Yeah. I think if it's not Houston, I think it's KC.
Yeah.
Maybe have you guys been to Salt Lake City?
No, I want to go though. It looks beautiful.
So Salt Lake City is exactly the way I always imagined Denver being. Like when you fly, I've been there like 3 times. And I've driven there twice, flew in there once, and you kind of go up into the mountains, and it's like almost like inside. Like when you look down, you see like houses in the city actually like bumped up against the mountains.
That's crazy.
Wow!
Yeah, like it's like right on the mountain line that starts like going up. You just see houses and stuff right there, which I thought
Wow.
was what Denver would be like. But you fly into Denver, it's like this is fucking Nebraska, and then you see the mountains over there, like off
Right.
in the distance. But
Like,
yeah, I thought it'd be
oh,
like
yeah.
up in the mountains in the Mile High Stadium. I was like, no, it's all flat.
No, I want to go to Salt Lake City pretty bad. Like, I started doing a school there. It's the Western Governors University is like an online school.
Nice.
It was my major was in business, but I don't like business or money, and it hurt my brain. But
I love money.
if I go back to that school, that's where graduation would be. And I'm like, man,
Yeah.
I want a good excuse to go out to Salt Lake City.
Yeah, I mean, it's not. There's a couple cool bars. I went there. The last time I went there was just by myself. It was like driving out here, and I spent the night in the hotel there. And so I ventured around a little bit. And there's some cool spots, but I mean, there's definitely some weird, like,
Where the Mormons are.
Yeah, you do kind of that does kind of pop up every once in a while. Like
It's the prequels to Scientology.
Yeah, like it's if you go, because I remember me and my buddy went there to watch the Seahawks in the playoffs, and Sunday morning, trying to find a bar that was open while the game was on, that was a chore. I think the game started like 11 Mountain Time. It's like, oh yeah, it's just whatever bars. And it's like no,
it's even worse in North Carolina. They've got those blue laws there. You can't even buy anything until like noon on Sundays.
Yeah,
it's wild to me. Like anything, you can't go to McDonald's and get a breakfast sandwich.
Yeah,
Wow.
no, there's a couple times. I don't know what states I was in, but on the road trip to move out here, there's just a couple times like get to my hotel at 6 o'clock. I want to go grab food, and I go to the gas station just to get like a couple beers to bring to my room, and like all the fridge doors are locked. I'm like, do I need permission to open this, or how's this work? No, dude, it's Sunday. Can't sell liquor or any alcohol on Sunday. I'm like,
That's crazy.
Oh, okay.
That's crazy.
I'm looking right now.
It's for communion.
So
It's for communion.
Salt Lake City is a weird town because you'd always think it's kind of huge, and it's a big. They've got one major professional team, and that's the
Jazz.
The Jazz.
They
have a Major League Soccer team.
Okay.
Their stadium is actually larger than the Utah Jazz. And then they've got a Major League Rugby team, but like baseball, they've got a minor league PCL team. No hockey. They've got a ECHL team there. But yeah,
I think it'd be cool.
I thought it would be bigger.
Get him a hockey team. Phoenix, come on. It's too hot for you.
It's so wild to me. I'm still just shocked. But so I think where I sit is I want the Golden Knights to win because it's another cool story, but I would be happy with either of them winning. I think we've got a really good, fun Stanley Cup final.
I agree wholeheartedly. This is like I said on I think it was either last week or the week prior show. I think that this will be probably the most excited I am to watch the Stanley Cup playoffs since the Blues won back in 2019.
Yep.
I think I'm going with the Panthers. I think that.
Yeah, I mean,
Panthers.
I think that's
where the money's at.
I thought the money's with the Knights.
No,
money's with the Panthers.
That's actually kind of
they're
surprising.
plus 105.
If they're plus, then that means they're not favored.
Oh,
it's the negative. Yeah. It's the minus.
Oh yeah, it's the reverse.
See, so that's why we need Robert back.
Hey man,
the money's with the Knights. I would be I'd be fine if the Knights won because it's still cool. Like that they've only been around a very short time, and this is like already their second Stanley Cup championship appearance. So
I think both of them would be just a fun story.
100%. I'm slightly rooting for Florida just because I live out here now. and B. I don't know. I think that the story for this particular season is cooler. You know, just with the absolutely insane run that they've been on as the bottom ranked wild card team.
Yeah.
It's like the Arlington Renegades. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That is,
Yeah.
that is very true. And
Circle
and
around there.
the Miami Heat,
Yeah. Miami Heat.
because they had to play play-in games to get in.
Crazy. They were down 3-0 against Boston.
That's true. Wait,
No,
Sounds
they're
like
up
the
3
Bruins.
games.
they're up. They almost blew a 3-0 lead.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I
yeah,
messed that up.
Yeah.
They tried to blow a 3-0 lead.
It's still a
Gotcha.
Cinderella story.
So
I thought it was. I
I
don't know. Shows you how much I pay attention to basketball.
we kind of jokingly talked a little bit before the show started about Rick was asking, what are we talking about tonight? Because it's a slowish time, I would say, and like what we're all very passionate about. We're all big football fans. That's what I feel like that's what started us. Is we're all big football fans, and when there's no football to talk about, it gets a little. We stretch out topics a little more. But I joked about women's college World Series, softball going on right now, and
Yeah, you've been following that.
State, yeah, Oklahoma State is currently up 8-0 in the top of the third
In the
against
third.
Utah. This is an elimination game here. But one of the guys I play softball with, he's actually a huge women's softball fan. Like he has jerseys with their
That's
name,
pretty cool.
like with just a jersey, and he's a big Oklahoma State fan. So like by proxy, just because there's no Illinois teams in, I'm like, yeah, all right, I'll ride with you on Oklahoma State.
Sure.
But it's been fun to watch because man, I wish
Is
that
it a
they
bit
would
high-
tell of what.
Sorry, is it like? Would you say it's more high scoring than MLB?
Yeah,
Okay.
but it's what's crazy to me is just like the reaction time necessary for these women, because they're throwing, a fastball coming in at 70, 75 is like a high heater,
Yeah.
and
Right.
so you think in baseball, okay, that's nothing. But
Mhm.
this is coming from half the distance, and it can do any sort of movement that a baseball can.
Yeah.
Plus, they have a riser pitch as well that can start down low and cut up. And
Because wouldn't that be like a curve? So for them, that would be like a curveball, right?
kind
Because
of
curveball
yeah.
starts up and then can go up and go down. But
So
if
their
you're doing the same
curveball,
pitch from below,
From what I understand, their curveball kind of acts more like a slider or a
okay,
in baseball, or like a sinker, I guess, where it'll come up and then cut down. Whereas a baseball, when you throw it out, it just kind of dies.
right.
So their curveball, that's why there's the differentiation between the riser and then their curveballs, is because they act more like a sweepy slider. But it's been fun to watch. But also, what I was going to say though is that from that distance and the ball coming in that fast, it's akin to hitting like 120-mile-an-hour pitch.
Wow.
And they're hitting the ball every bit as hard as Major League Baseball players do, but the field is also shorter again.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it's
and the ball's bigger, but it's just there's
the ball's bigger. Yeah, it still hurts. I got hit in the
Oh,
hand real
yeah.
hard last night.
it's a softball.
No, nothing soft
Yeah.
about that, bud.
No, I don't know where that. Maybe was there a time eons ago when it was,
Yes, actually.
squishy. Really?
Yeah, no, they used to play baseball back when a lot of people it was instead of BASEBALL, there's a space in between.
Mhm.
Yeah, and so Keith and I have a buddy that plays in a like old
Used to.
time. Oh, he doesn't do it anymore.
I don't think
Like
so.
the one that Conan O'Brien was doing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so that's an actual softer. You catch it with your hand.
Yeah.
And
The only person allowed to use a mitt was the first baseman.
Wow. We
Yep,
should
and,
do
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun. It's been kind of like how when we had our wrestling chat with a guy. I can't remember his name.
Yeah, Chip
friend
The
of,
animal?
Walker.
there you go, him. I always want to say Dean for some
Chip
reason.
Walker.
Like that's not it.
I was even here and I know his name.
Shit. But talk to
Shit.
him about the actual.
Ah,
Because I came on with kind of like jokey questions for him.
DNB.
Did you hit one?
Yep. Sorry.
Nice.
I have the cup game over here.
Off of
Gross.
Off of
old
Waka
Michael
Waka
Waka, former St. Louis Cardinal Michael Waka, and but
Walker his ass elsewhere.
he did. God damn it, Keith, you threw me off.
Sorry.
Anyways, sports. I have
You had
a better
joke
I had joke questions for Chip, and that just actually led into us having the actual conversation of like, no, it's actually physical. Like it's just plywood down there with a carpet on top. That's what blew my mind. And then
Nuts.
I always think, okay, I play beer league softball, blah blah blah, softball, and then watching the women play in the World Series, another appreciation for it.
Yeah, and it's so funny how like there's so many of those nuances that you really don't think about. I mean, hell, like from the top down, I'm not going to get on like an entire spiel about it, but hell, even the couple of times I've gotten to go shadow Xander up in the broadcast booth for the Sharks, like there's so much that you don't think about, and it's really like tough to explain. Unless you're up there, kind of watching it all happen, or kind of conducting the whole operation, if you will. Just so many nuances, to sports, and to every single game that you just don't think about. Or just being, a casual fan.
Yeah, it's pretty eye opening. Like
Really
you were how you were describing his process, how he's taking notes throughout the game. I always thought that was just like a producer doing that.
Yeah.
Like
I mean,
somebody like,
I'm sure that the the higher level leagues and whatnot, they probably do have stuff like that, but if anything, I'm kind of glad that I got to see something like this, like a minor league, real small arena league, something like that, just like little nuances, because I mean their product really, like if you watch any of their games on YouTube, it's not a bad product at all. Like you don't feel like you're watching just some super shitty, like some guy with his phone or whatever.
USFL type game.
Yeah.
Get him.
Yeah. But no, I mean it's a solid product, so for all those little things that you would have to assume, that like leagues, like major leagues, like the NFL or XFL and dare I say USFL probably already have kind of at their fingertips, with producers and stuff like that. Just little nuances like you mentioned, how he has to, like he had his MacBook open, and as like big plays are happening, he's taking notes on it so that later on he could talk about, well, how do we get to this point, where the score is right now, 37-22, or whatever the case happens to be. So, well, so and so did this and this and da da da. It's cool. Like, I use that as an example, but to your point, talking about like the beer, how you did the beer league softball, and then watching it on TV, like there's certain things that you kind of understand, but really, like you said, like unless you're in it, like getting to experience it firsthand, like it's just so cool learning about that stuff.
Yeah.
And having Chip, kind of give us a peek behind the curtain, with that type of stuff. It's just so cool getting a peek behind the curtain, kind of learning how it all happens.
I wish you'd get more insights like into other sports though, like that too, because it's always nice to have that inside road. I wish that was more available to the casual user or casual watcher of sports, so I think you'd get a lot more people into it. I just read some fucking wild news. We were talking about betting. Okay, what's the one sport you can think of? And think about it. It's a sport, but is it a sport that you think about when people talk about betting? Like the old school guys that go down and Bet on the
Boxing?
ponies.
Oh,
Horse racing.
horse racing. Yeah.
So Churchill Downs, the famed place of the Kentucky Derby,
Mhm.
they in the last month have had 12 horses die there.
What?
That is crazy, especially when you know how much those horses cost.
They're not
Oh,
very
yeah.
old too, because it's all about age is a big factor in there. It's like, we got
Yeah.
the 3-year-old division, the 5-year-old, right? And then like after like 5 years old, they're like put them to stud.
Retired. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
so
horses
they-
live to like 35 years typically too.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
So they have just ceased all operations at this point and have
Wow.
moved everything to like Ellis Park, I guess, is in Henderson, Kentucky, so it's pretty close. But yeah, it's just crazy to read. I know that they've already had the Kentucky Derby, I think, right?
Yeah.
It's usually
Not this
That
year.
was, that was like a month ago,
Yeah, okay. I thought it was
They
in
had the
April
Kentucky Derby
or
a month
late.
ago.
roughly.
Yeah.
Oh.
So just after the Kentucky Derby happened, 12
Boys,
horse deaths. We have
I'm
a
gonna
horse serial killer.
I'm gonna be really weird, but I'm cramping really bad. I just need to lay down and probably fart. So just
Sweet.
this is what's going on right
But
now.
you're supposed to
I'm
be the
with you.
constipated leather Danny.
That's
He
kind of
is.
constipated. Yeah. Cramping. Oh God. Okay.
All right.
Everybody be quiet.
All right.
Let's listen to Danny fart.
This episode of the BAM
Oh.
Sports Show brought to you by X-Lax.
Yeah. Like if
And-
it happens,
and
I'll let
gas
you know. I'll
tanks.
get them. I instantly
Yeah, gas
feel
tanks,
so much
excuse me.
better.
Man, that's
what's
just
happening?
wild though. Like I always have the conspiracy brain of like, I wonder if somebody's like poisoning horses or some shit.
Yeah,
Because that's a lot of dude, that's a lot of
Danny's over there shitting himself.
I thought I heard it.
Did you guys actually hear it?
Yes.
So on the sidebar on ESPN, I noticed something. They have a documentary about the greatest sports spectacle that was ever on television. Do you guys remember American Gladiators?
Yes.
Yes.
Do.
Yeah, so apparently they've got a American Gladiators documentary, and I think I know what my evening is going to consist of.
Nice.
I can't tell you how badly I wanted to do that, like course where they're shooting tennis balls at you
Yeah.
as a kid. It was such a fun show.
I remember too, like
So
talking
much
about, like,
steroid use.
there was.
The
Do you
90s
remember
were so many
when we were
steroids for
kids?
everything.
Yeah.
Do you remember when we all were kids? There was Nickelodeon had
Guts.
Guts. It was like
Guts, yeah.
I fucking loved that show. With like the aggro crag, the mountain and you had to
Yep.
like climb.
What was
Oh,
the one with
big on
the
that show so
temple?
bad.
Legends of the Hidden Temple. That was always
Yeah.
fun.
That was fun.
That was one.
The
Yeah.
temple guard scared the shit out of me
Oh,
as
yeah.
a kid.
Yeah. And then you had Double Dare.
Yeah.
Double Dare was always fun.
But
Temple was
Guts
my
was awesome.
Temple was my jam, but Guts was good too.
Guts was like the
was
kids
the
version
kid
of
version.
American Gladiator. Yeah.
I wonder
watch
when
those
that went
great.
off.
Man, if there could be like an MXC show, but with children, I'd watch that shit out of that.
I forgot about MXC.
God.
Right?
Maybe I'll
Dude,
watch
they're on
MXC
Amazon.
tonight.
Really?
Dude, yeah, they're all on Amazon. Yeah.
Huh. I'll have to check that out.
Yeah.
You know, one big piece of sports news that I know we haven't talked about yet, because I heard someone say, Chip. Well,
Chip.
speaking of
That was me. That was me.
Skip.
That's Talladega Nights.
No. Well, I was thinking
That's where
like
I
you were,
sit.
it was like a euphemism of like the Shannon Sharp going Skip.
Yeah, let's get into
Because
It was.
after the NBA
Thanks for
finals,
catching up on that, Rick.
Wait. What-
after the NBA finals are all said and done, Skip and Shannon are going to be no more.
Really?
Not Shannon, the goofball that's commenting on the video here. He'll still be around. He'll still be on America's favorite sports show, Most Extreme Children.
Children.
Dude,
But-
I would fucking pay any amount of money to watch that because I have two of them, and any time I can watch them get hurt, as long as it's not like severe. But
No,
you know,
just like
I got
They
Noah.
got
knocked on their
elbow
ass a
pads.
couple
They'll be all right.
times.
Noah has a metal bat now. You know, I'm trying to get him used to swinging an actual metal bat because he's got
Nice.
a really good swing.
Mhm.
You know, at 7, and I want to push him. And he swung it the first couple of times, and he hit himself in the back of the head, and I fucking cried laughing. I checked with you, you okay, buddy? And he was like,
Yeah, that's-
yeah. I'm like, you got to laugh at yourself. And then he did it again on accident and just lost my shit.
Yeah. But anyway, so yeah, Shannon Sharp is apparently leaving Undisputed, and he's also taking his podcast from Fox as well. His podcast isn't even staying with Fox.
Nice.
So
Good.
I think
good for him.
His final show, I believe, I don't know the date, but he'll do one more show with Skip after the NBA Finals, and then that's it. Him and Skip Bayless are done.
So apparently, and do you think, because this news, it came out yesterday?
I think either yesterday or the day prior. Yeah.
It's very new news.
Yeah.
He had a buyout, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Oh, did they say how much it was yet?
No, I hadn't even looked, to be honest with you.
But his home a week ago was burglared. Stole $1 million in jewelry and had bag stories. It's exactly that's why he's one now.
Does he not have
Skip robbed him? Skip fucking robbed him, dude. You see those
Good
Jordans
God.
he posts in on all Instagram?
I can't lose in these.
My question
Skip's
is
the quintessential divorced, old divorced dad.
Oh, 1,000%.
He's so fucking creepy on there.
He is. He really is. But what I'm sure Shannon, I feel like, will go on and he'll do fine, whatever he does next. But what the hell happens to Skip Bayless after this?
Dude, nobody
because
wants to fucking work with him.
No, but he's enough of a driving force. He's got enough of a loud mouth, and he's competitive. He's super high energy that I don't think at least immediately he goes away. He's going to make enough noise that,
it's good television.
I just don't see him. Yeah, it's good. It's good television. It's good television. So
unfortunately,
I wonder
you are
what
correct.
happens. I wonder what becomes of him.
Do you know how old he is?
I know he's in his 70s.
71 years old.
Yeah.
Does he
he's
finally jacked. Oh, dude, yeah. Talk about steroids.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think they check for steroids.
Him and Vince McMahon, fucking old dudes don't look like that.
No,
I'm sorry. You look like a wrinkled old purse. But, fucking. Do you think he retires? Do you think this is a push? All right, man. I've burned enough bridges.
He's probably gonna find one more show. It'll last a year, and no one will watch.
That's kind of what I think. I think that just because of his personality, I don't think that he goes down swinging just yet. Because I think he has he'll have a chip on his shoulder. I don't see him going down swinging just yet, but I'm kind of along the same train of thought as Danny. That he'll probably try to find another show with someone out there. My vote is Booger McFarlane.
God.
Good.
And no, that show will fizzle out, and then I think he rides off into the sunset after that.
I want him to have a very short-lived show with Peyton Manning, and Peyton just gets increasingly frustrated with him, and then eventually just snaps and tells him to shut the fuck up, and then throws a football at his head like he did in that SNL skit with the kids.
Well,
That's all I want.
I think I'd mentioned this in our chat one time, but I always thought a good replacement for Skip and Shannon would be Richard Sherman and Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Oh, hell yeah.
I think they'd be a lot of fun to do.
100%.
Sports
That'd
with
be
each
fun.
other.
Very smart dudes.
Yeah, and they're both entertaining to listen to. I think that would be a blast.
You kind of forget
So,
how smart Richard Sherman is.
He's really smart.
He's really smart.
Every time I think he's wrong, dead wrong, and then about anything,
Nope.
like a week later, it's like, oh shit, he was right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So apparently Max Kellerman is losing his show on ESPN, and that's like the betting favorite to join that show.
What
And I
happened there?
liked Kellerman a lot. Yeah, they're cutting. It's a budget thing, but I liked Kellerman in the past, but I think he's starting to go down that Skip Bayless show, kind of route, and I.
Shannon says, Skip's loud enough, he'll probably become a senator. C-SPAN's
Yeah,
ratings will
that's true.
surge. Honestly,
That's
that's true.
That's fair point. Hey,
Oh,
if
God.
ESPN has a slot open, the band sports show.
Well, see,
phone
here's
lines
the
are
thing.
open.
Max Kellerman got let go, but Pat McAfee sure got paid 5 years, $85 million for the Pat McAfee show.
That's not punter money.
That's not
No.
punter money.
Yeah.
What a
Did you say that?
story.
Did you say that Kellerman's the favorite to replace Skip?
No,
excuse me,
to
Shannon?
join or yeah. So to me, that would be akin to watching fucking Anakin push Mace Windu out the window. That's like the final step for him.
Yeah. I mean,
Oh God, what have I done?
So I mean, he's not bad. Like, I don't hate him. I don't love him. Like, I'm kind of lukewarm on Max Kellerman. There's been some shows that I've watched him and I kind of liked him, but I think he's pretty fair and reasonable. But I don't think like it's not going to be. I don't think him and Skip Bayless get along. Then again, I don't know anybody that would get along well with Skip Bayless. But I also don't think that it would be nearly as good television as Skip and Shannon were.
Mm-hmm.
Now, total Hail Mary from outer space wild card here. But could this open a possible door? I know he's like under contract, if I'm not mistaken, with ESPN or somebody like that already.
Mm-hmm.
But a reunion with why am I blanking on Stephen A?
Stephen A. I
Yeah.
don't think that ever happens. Stephen A's locked up with ESPN.
Yeah.
They made their choice. They got rid of Skip and kept Stephen A, which it's a wash to me there.
Yeah.
I don't like Stephen A either. Apparently, just reading more about this as we're talking, apparently Matt Barnes, who's a FS1 analyst, had to intervene twice to stop an NBA player and a coach from assaulting Skip.
I heard
for
that.
his take.
Oh my
I heard
God.
about one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know about that.
Yeah. That was one of them was this year, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Like earlier in the
it was in like
season?
January.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
No, I did not
That's,
know about that.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
That
Skip
is
pushes
crazy.
fucking buttons, But it'll be something fun to watch. Getting to the end of the show, got a little bit of NFL, just a little nugget of NFL stuff for you guys to keep you satiated.
Lay it on me.
So apparently, there's a new rule
Mhm.
that is either being voted on, considered, or has been passed about handoffs. And the gist of it is if if the quarterback's body for the handoff, let's say the running back's coming this way, hand off here. If I'm turned this way, that's fine. But if I'm like this and hand it off to him, that's illegal now.
Why?
So like an RPO, that's like you're almost killing the RPO at that point.
Yeah, I was literally just about to say that.
Yeah.
Why? What's the reasoning behind that?
What's the logic?
If it's to an ineligible player or it's beyond the line of scrimmage, a forward handoff is illegal. So it's beyond the line of scrimmage. Okay. That wasn't actually as bad as I had heard and read the first time.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but the penalty is very just small. It's loss of a down
5
at
yards.
5
Oh.
yards.
Oh,
It is
okay.
5 yards.
Yeah.
Did you hear about the kickoff rule?
Which one?
The new one where if it's fair caught within the 20, it goes to the 25.
Yeah. Yep.
Hmm.
Yeah. So you could fair
What's
catch it at the
One.
13 at the 1.
At the 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then it'll go to the 25.
They're
I don't
just
like that.
they're
I don't like it
killing
either.
the kickoff
Yeah.
because now you're not going to get those fucking gunners busting it down there as fast to is it just a fair catch or can you still down it?
I would imagine it's just a fair catch.
I
couldn't
think they
imagine
said
being
fair
like,
catch.
Okay.
hey, you tried. You only got to like the 9 yard line, but it's cool. We'll spot you. We'll spot you that extra.
Mm-hmm.
So
Just
I
a little
don't know.
treat for you.
See, what drives me nuts is that they always say with like kick returns and punt returns that it's like, oh, it's the plays with the most injuries. There's always going to be a play in football that's the most injuries. If you take away kickoffs, then it's going to be another play shot the like a screen passes have the most injuries now because that's just the next on the list. I hate that that's their reasoning for changing that up.
And I've gotten used to the rules now.
Yeah.
But it's like it's chipping away too much.
I wish, if anything, like I feel like the XFL got it right with their kickoffs.
Same. I do too.
I think that they got it right. I think they did it just perfectly.
Yeah, I 100% agree. That's like one of the big things I wish the NFL would take from the XFL is the kickoff.
Like the kickoff and like the. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say at least with the onside kicks, if they could go back to at least giving them a running start. I kind of like the XFL rule. I still believe they shouldn't be a 1st and 15 or a 4th and 15. I think it should be a 4th and like 25 personally. But that's
they
debatable.
might change it too. I mean, this is the first year for that rule.
Yeah, they need data for it. All the but
I like that something like that exists though.
Same.
Yes, I do too. But in the NFL, if they didn't do like a 4th and 25, I think they should let them have like, hey, listen, we're gonna you have to let them know we're doing an onside kick, and then you can let your players get a running start before the kick, because just having them line up on the line there is just like borderline impossible, to get anything out of that. Like it's basically impossible. I think it's happened someone could probably quote me on there, but I feel like it's only happened like twice. That they're actually made a successful onside kick with it. It's probably more than that, but the percentage. All I'm saying is the percentage of
it's quite low.
Successful onside kicks have gone way down, and it was already damn near impossible to get a successful onside kick. So to basically get rid of the onside kick is what they've done. Hurts the game to me.
I got data. You want data? You want some data?
Yeah, give me some data.
All right. So
only if it proves me right.
It does actually, except for there's there might have been a rule change in 2020, but that's the only weird year in there. But so historically, 2013, 18% recovered, 10% in 2014, 14.9. It kind of hovers around there. 2017, 21.4% of onside kicks were successful, which that's a big stat.
Yeah.
And then 2020, it was 4.4%, jumped back up to 16. And then last year, the 2022 regular season was 5.3% successful.
Yeah.
3 of 56.
Well, and I'd be interested to dig a little bit deeper into that, like to find out, okay, well, how many, it's 16% or whatever, but how many attempts are we talking here?
I've got 56 attempts.
Yeah, so 56, and then
total for the entire league.
And you said 3.
You're going by year though, right?
Yeah. So the highest attempt year was tied between 2015 and 2020, and 2015 was 14.9. 2020 was that 4.4%.
And
67 attempts total throughout the league. So it was like 2 per team.
Okay, and that was in 2015. That rule hadn't been put in place yet, right?
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think the rule's only been a couple of years. It's only been 1 year, right?
No, it's been like 3 or 4 years.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So typically, though, I think the lowest attempt year was 2018, and that was 52. So from between 52 to 67 attempts a year that you'll see. But I just wish they would do something to pump those numbers up because it's always
Yeah.
an exciting play.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, just like,
Yeah, like the 4th and 15, like the XFL has, you know, or
Yeah.
something along those lines.
Sure.
Like,
Because now it's like an onside kick. It's like, it's not going to happen. It's
Mhm.
just like, prayers, more than a prayer's chance. But, like 5 years ago,
Second.
it was like onside kick is like, it's
So-
definitely possible,
what's your snack time? Your snack time during a football team is 4th and 13 when you're like, all right, they're going to punt it. Whatever. I can get up now before the commercials start, go refill my soda, my beer, whatever. But with the XFL, it's like, okay, well, they're close enough. Maybe, let's see what happens. And their punt rule's a little different as well. And so there's a little more excitement baked into the game then.
Yeah.
Which is,
Right.
again, that's what you want. That's like with baseball and the pitch clock, speeds the game up, keeps
Pitch
you
clock.
attentive. Huh?
I love the pitch clock.
I absolutely,
same.
that is the best thing that baseball has done since they raised the pitching mound.
I love
Yep.
all these rules that they put in this year. I'm
Yeah.
so happy with them.
Yep, they're not perfect. They need tweaks, but I think they're great.
Which ones do you think
Yeah.
need tweaks?
I still think the pitch clock needs a little bit of tweaks. There's been some egregious things that has happened, but
Kind of a random. We're kind of talking a little bit about baseball. And I don't know if you guys talked about this one of the weeks I wasn't on here, but we haven't mentioned at all about the A's moving to Vegas.
yeah,
Potentially.
we touched
With
on
less
it a
money.
little bit.
And Vegas is offering up less money by like a third of what Oakland was. And I'm
think
kind of sick of
there's-
Oakland.
Yeah, I think there was something to do with like revenue sharing and taxes is why they took the less
And-
money.
And I was about to say,
But-
I'm sure like long term they'll make more money in Vegas regardless than they would in Oakland.
You're right. And it's
Now
still
Vegas,
not.
all they need is a basketball team, and they're like
Yeah.
A sports
destined-
town.
Yeah.
That's probably where Phoenix would go. Seems like Vegas is getting all the
Mhm.
the teams that are available.
Phoenix. You mean Arizona?
Well, they're in Phoenix, but yeah, you're right. No, the Phoenix.
Suns.
Oh, you're-
The Suns. Yeah, sorry, I was talking baseball.
No, sorry, no, I was thinking about going back to the Coyotes. Is
Oh.
there
Oh, I
on
mean,
the
but they've
market,
already got
you
the
know?
Vegas Knights.
They've
though.
already got the Vegas Knights.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Two teams. New York's got two, right? Yeah,
Yeah,
they've
they
got
got
the
the
Islanders
Rangers
and the
and the-
Rangers.
Yeah.
No, that's New Jersey. Well, New Jersey. That's
New Jersey
Is there any
Devils.
other towns that have two hockey teams like that? I don't think
two
so.
towns. Does LA maybe?
They've got
they've got the LA Kings.
Sacramento.
Kings.
Or is it the LA? Oh, they used to be Sacramento Kings.
I think they used to be
Sacramento
the
Kings is the
Sacramento Kings.
basketball team.
Oh God.
Oh yeah.
Two Kings, right? Yeah.
In
The
California.
LA Kings. I don't remember any other California.
Yeah, I think it's just New York. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
look it up. I don't care.
I don't care.
I think
That's
we're
funny.
done. It's an hour and 10 minutes in.
Yeah.
Danny's got to get the butt plug out. That's why he was cramping.
Yeah, you all heard
Yeah,
it.
we did.
I was like, whoa.
Squeaky. So good show, guys. It's
Yeah.
fun.
So it's
Didn't
Agreed.
even need Blake.
Yeah.
Went off some tangents. It was good. You guys got any plans for the weekend?
I might be going to a Dragons game.
You should.
I mean-
I'm telling you.
I'm just going to Lambeau tomorrow. My daughter's going to play with some of the Packers, so that's fun for her.
Oh yeah, just something easy.
I've got some
Oh.
real dumb work stuff that has to be done.
Yeah,
It costs
yeah,
$10. Shut up.
I got some work I got to do in the morning. I got to finish a job.
Nice.
I'm gonna try to play golf sometime this weekend, but probably not because it's like 100 degrees here.
Yeah.
It's fucking stupid. But just enjoy it. You guys have a good weekend.
You too.
You too, buddy.
Yeah. All right. Shannon, thanks for hanging out.
Love you, Shannon.
Again,
Love you,
like,
bro.
share, subscribe, all that, and we will see you.
Oh,
Hi, Bailey.
what's up?
What's up, dude?
She can't hear you. They're saying hi, but she can't.
Well, she can see us wave, right?
Yeah.
She's
It's a universal, you know. Anyways, enjoy the
Hi,
sport.
Bailey.
What the fuck? We'll see you guys.
She's
next
got her
Friday.
headphones on.
We'll see you guys next Friday.
she knocked my earpiece out. It's the
Okay.
Cubs
Hi,
game.
Bailey.
Yeah. Then he drops the F bomb for the child.
Yeah. Oh, it's not my kid. I don't care.
Don't cuss
Anyway.
my daughter's ear.
Have a good week. Enjoy the sports. We'll see you next Friday.
Peace.
Peace.